Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. We interrupt this concert to inform you that Nancy Cole has been found dead. She died of a gunshot. She died of a gunshot wound in her objective. Please stay tuned for further details. Now, it's back to our show. The moment you've been waiting for, back from their Southern Bronx tour, Junior Debt and the Equity Kicker!
Oh, yeah. All right, this one's a dedication. Believe it or not. This is for all the first timers, because I don't know what you were thinking of when you got in here.
Baby, it's a lonely old night, and you got 5 problems that do all at the same time. Nobody told you it's gonna be this way. No, 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 no. Just an angel on it being a first toe NBA. Now just spill coffee all over my spreadsheet. I think the towels in the bathroom face, they're all gone. No, there ain't no computer terminal you can get on. Next speakers sure look like they're gonna sing. They're just serving cheese and crackers and nothing to drink. But if you're lonely at night and all the chance to see the empty, all my coats are fine. And I just feel coffee over my spreadsheet. See, but listen up. I'll get my MBA, but everybody in their cousin's got an MBA. All my core courses bite, but won't they all? Yeah! Spreadsheet. All of that, it's a lonely at night, and all the changes she's around me. All my thoughts are fine. I just feel happy all over my spreadsheet. All my thoughts are fine. All my thoughts are fine. Like whose idea was micro anyway? All my courses bite. You can't even get into them, even if they do bite. All my courses bite. Yes!
pay tribute to our dearly beloved friend and fellow student, Nancy Cole. Nancy's life was taken from her just recently, just prior to her much-awaited full-time interviewing season. We ask ourselves, why would someone want to take the life of such a sweet, brown-nosing, ass-licking, cut-throating, ingratiating shell of a woman? She even changed her name from Kohlberg to Cole to try to get a job with one of the white shoe firms. Some of Nancy's friends would like to pay tribute to her at this moment.
She was Beta Gamma Sigma, period. Deepless, period. Vice President, comma, of Women in Business, period. She wanted to be president, but in 4 terms at Columbia, she never made it. I thought everyone was president of something at Columbia.
We used to have such long conversations. She was so fluent in Spanish.
Nancy was so creative in assuming her many positions in marketing. In the summer of 1985, Nancy worked for the ABC company. She was the assistant to the assistant of the assistant product manager. Nancy was responsible for implementing, strategizing, managing, overseeing, initiating, increasing, directing, and testing toilet paper.
Additionally, Nancy and I traveled through Mexico extensively.
But Nancy was realistic. She knew that her greatest weaknesses were in taking on too much responsibility and in being a perfectionist.
As requested, Nancy will be buried in an envelope with no return address. In lieu of flowers, please send contributions to the new Nancy Cole Society for the Betterment of Resumes. It is clear that Nancy's life was laid out in black and white, on cheap white bond paper, 50% rag. Teddy,
Woody,
how you feeling about right now?
pretty good considering I just took a piss.
Oh boy, I wanted to take one last year so bad. We were sitting right over there. I was sitting right next to you, and I said to you, boy, do I gotta take this. Boy, I couldn't take one.
I feel pretty light right now.
I'm telling you something.
It was great.
Ted, you know, last year we were singing Low Library, and Joyce Cornell was talking to us about the ratios
No,
of our
seriously,
class.
she was really interesting. Like she was as interesting as that stuff that collects in your belly button when you wear a chicken.
Ted, anyway, you know what? Looking out over this crowd, you should make a few observations.
Yeah, like 80% of you are either drunk or stoned.
99% of you will get a job next year.
The other 1%? I'm running a summer camp this year. I need group leaders, send me your resumes, people who are good with children.
Ted, go ahead.
Hold on a second.
You know, 90% of these people just learned how to boot up Lotus on the second floor.
No, but seriously, they have no idea what IDA is.
No idea. And but they handed in that 7th thing in the computer assignment and got a P, didn't they?
I hated that.
I didn't do the item. No. You know, Ted.
What?
Last year when we were sitting over there and we were saying, boy, do we have to take a piss.
Oh, it's terrible.
We were saying, God, are we hungry?
I was hungry. Well, this is a very simple game. All you guys have to do is laugh at our jokes, and we'll throw you sweets. It's like an aquarium.
Ted,
What?
weren't you telling me the other day about how you failed that options test we took together?
Great. Tell the whole school I failed.
I'm sorry. Ted failed the options test. I got an HP.
Thanks.
Anyway, when we were taking that options test, you said you didn't fail it because you didn't know the material. You said something else, didn't you?
Yeah. It's like I get into the test. I'm ready to go. 50 multiple choice. My calculator rings. What am I supposed to do? I say, I'll go ahead. I'll try, right? The guy next to me, the whole test, he flips a coin. Heads, he writes true. Again, tails, he writes false. The whole test, he's flipping the coin. Finally, 10 minutes left in the class. The teacher writes up, 10 minutes left. He starts going like crazy, like an animal. How can I concentrate? Could you? I couldn't. No. So, I ended up answering like 2 questions. I failed before I handed it in. I see the guy in the hall afterwards. I say, look, I understand you have a 50-50 chance. But what were you doing at the end, flipping like crazy? He goes, that was easy. I was checking my answers. Dave, remember you were telling me about your grandfather's friend who's like really sick?
Oh yeah, well I had this Uncle Goldstein, and I'll tell you something. He had this pain inside that lasted him for weeks. So he calls up his doctor, he says, doctor, I got this pain in my side, it feels like a goity.
Wait. What's a goity?
A goity's a pain in your side, what else? So he says to the doctor, listen, I got this pain in my side. The doctor says, listen, Mr. Goldstein, at the age of 62, you come into the hospital, we check you. They take urine, they take blood, they do things here I don't even want to talk about. Anyway, he goes in there, he comes out of the hospital. 3 days later, Dr. Sherman calls him. He says, Mr. Goldstein, I got very bad news for you. He says, very bad news? He says, very bad news. You're going to die in 2 months. So Mr. Goldstein, my Uncle Goldstein, he's crying. He's losing his shit. So he calls the doctor and says, listen, I need some counseling. So he goes into the doctor. He says, doctor, what does a man do Jewish that's going to die in 2 months? He says, Mr. Goldstein, tonight, you go to a Jewish bar. Tomorrow morning, with that Jewish girl that you meet tonight, you fly to Las Vegas and you marry her. He starts crying. He says, what does a man want to do dying in 2 months marrying a Jewish girl? He says, Mr. Goldstein, those 2 months will feel like eternity. Teddy, you know, you were telling me the other day about you went to that alumni night, that thing that you have rats crawling under your legs at the Roosevelt Hotel.
Yeah.
And you were saying that there was an alum that worked at Salmon Bros, but he gave it up.
Oh, you mean Herb?
Yeah, Herb. Was he the one in the Burger King commercial?
No, that's
a different Herb. Okay. Anyway, weren't you telling me that he said, listen, I got to give up this city life. I'm going to move up to a big spread up in the north of Albany around?
Yeah, way up there somewhere.
Yeah. Right.
So he goes up there. He surveys his whole tract of land. He's going to start a beautiful farm. No cows, no chickens. What's he supposed to do? How can you run a farm without a cow or a chicken? He walks across to his neighbor. He says, look, I got to start a farm. Sell me a cow. He goes, I can't sell you a cow. How much you sell a cow for? He goes, I don't know. How much does he weigh? This guy picks up this tremendous cow by the tail, puts the tail in his mouth, and he goes, that weighs about 750 pounds. Sure. He goes, of course, I always weigh things with my mouth, you know? Right. He goes, no, if you don't believe me, I'll get my son down here. Jethro, get down here, weigh this cow for this guy. So his son Jethro comes down. Okay, Pa. He picks up the same cow, puts the tail in his mouth, and goes, that, I think it weighs about 750 pounds. Of course, a whole family weighs things with their mouth, right? Dude goes, I still don't believe you guys. I'm not going to pay you for a cow that weighs that much. He goes, Jethro, run up, get your mother, get her down here, tell her to weigh the cow. Jethro runs up the stairs, comes back down. Dad. He goes, Ma's busy. She can't come down. She's weighing the mailman. What happened the other day? You coming home, you took the 104 from school?
Yeah, I was taking the 104 bus on Broadway, and this little old lady was getting up on the bus.
She smell?
Yes, Ted, she smelled, but that's not part of the joke. Anyway, this lady was walking up on the bus. This old lady was walking.
She had those little hairs coming out.
Yeah, she had the hairs on her chin. Yeah, she had the hairs on her chin like all the older ladies in New York. Anyway, can I tell my joke now, please?
All right.
She walks up on the bus, and she grabs on the bus driver's shirt sleeve, and she goes like this to the bus driver. And then the bus driver goes like this. She grabs his balls, he grabs her tits, she grabs her ass, and meanders off the bus. I'm laughing just like you guys. I went up to the bus driver and I said something. I said,
I hope you said something.
I did. I said, my textiles. I don't pay anything. help pay for your salary. And I am not going to allow you to do perverted acts in New York City. It's clean, you know. So I said to him, what were you doing? He says, listen, buddy, that lady was a deaf mute, and that's the only way we could communicate with each other. I said, all you bus drivers are the same. What were you saying to each other? Well, that's simple. She asked me if I was going uptown. I said, no, I'm going downtown. She says, are you going near the ballpark? He says, no, I'm going near the Millbury. She says, oh shit, I'm on the wrong bus. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Tell me, what are we in? What is the situation about this new plant?
I don't know. Look, do we really need it?
Oh no, of course not. Because I promised Brian he could head a new division this year. Look, I thought you'd had a chat with McKinsey about finding some way of raising the cash.
I spoke to George, but you know, he said we should drop the overhead contingency fund.
Well, that's our problem solved. What is this fund?
It's membership of our club and holidays in France and our speculative ventures and Ascot and Newbury.
I think we should drop McKinsey. Now tell me, didn't you try and get the cash out of Lloyd's?
I spoke to Henry and he proposed a fully convertible debenture with a 5-year call option.
Marvellous.
That's just our thing.
What is it?
Ah, I hadn't a clue, old boy. How don't you know?
Well, you didn't have any room for it anyway.
Oh, come on, take this thing seriously.
Alright. Your turn to back.
Now look, we need another 20 million.
But what's our cost of capital at the moment?
£50,000.
£50,000? What do you mean £50,000?
For Charles, in his Swiss account.
Where is Charles at the moment?
I bet he's away on leave. But he'll be out in 2 or 3 years. That's some good behaviour.
Listen, I was at that club last night and I bumped into Simpson there. He was raving about an American fellow with a real knack of getting money out of the government. Suggested perhaps we could use him. Goes by the name of, JDL Management Consultants.
Goodness, isn't he that chap involved in motor cars in Northern Ireland?
The very same fellow. Anyway, took the liberty of calling him up. Should be around any moment now. Oh, I know, no time for that. Yes, I wanted to be here. Well, cash is my business. I think this is cash. I have something here that is better than gold. That sounds just like our thing. What is it, 15, 20 million?
20 million would be jolly handy, sir.
What is that? Is that a microphone?
A whiskey?
Yes, whiskey. I've been overworking lately. I feel a little peaked. Tell me, do you have a bathroom? A bathroom with a large mirror? There's a large looking glass in the hall. What would be needed for? No time for that. Here you go. Here's the name of my man in Columbia. He'll be able to do whatever you need.
Columbia? Oh, and you'll know my old professor.
El Professor, how did you know? Let's be off, boys. Great business is with you. Before you go, there's some forms to fill out. No time for that. I have to off. I hear sirens!
I'm not there.
Yes, but honest.
Oh, yes. You can rely on him, all right.
One, two, three. Four.
You know, I've always suspected that fellow DeLorean wasn't quite on the straight and narrow.
Oh, me too. You know, I tend to be a very good judge of character in these matters.
Yeah. Anyway, what's the situation with the strike at the moment?
Oh, pretty bad. The men have locked themselves into the factory and are threatening to dismantle the machinery.
But what about Carruthers and Smythe? Are they still being held?
I'm afraid so. They're being held in the parks office, and the men say they'll keep them there until the strike is settled.
Have they issued any new demands?
Well, they said something about altering the patterns of workflow and changes in the nature of lateral relationship reporting. Whatever that is.
Oh no, we can't give them that. Whatever it is.
What can we do?
As it happens, I was at the club last night and I bumped into Simpson there. He was talking about some really great new American fellow. Really cleaned up labour relations in the Far East. Suggested perhaps we could use him.
I think it could be more reliable than the last one.
Oh, no, Simpson assured me he was. Anyway, took the liberty of calling him up. Said he'd come round. Should be here any moment now.
What's his chap's name?
Sounds like him right now.
What's his name?
Goes by Rambo Management Consultant.
No! I don't want to do trailer coffee, you pig!
Oh, Mr. Rambo.
Yo!
Well, glad you could make it at such short notice.
I wanted to be where the action is.
Exactly. Action. The industrial action is what you're here to help us with.
I will not fail!
No. That's the spirit. But first of all, though, I expect you'd like to look at some of the figures. Productivity rates, wage rates, and a nice cup of tea with a personnel director.
Just tell me when I'm being held.
Ah! So you have a proposal ready? Oh, that's excellent.
Airdrop me in, make sure I have plenty of ammunition.
Ammunition? Oh, I see what you mean. Press releases, comparative wage rate statistics, that kind of thing.
We need 20,000 rounds, heavy 7mm automatic.
Oh my God! Mr. Rambo, are your methods popular in the United States?
If only my country loved me as much as I love my country.
But steady on though, Mr. Rambo. These leftist union fellows can get a little bit temperamental.
I will destroy those communists now!
Yes, right. But first let me get my secretary to prepare the forms. Miss Chang! Oh my God, Miss Chang, what on earth happened? Look, you must go to the hospital and get that patched up at once. I think in the circumstances, we can forget the forms.
I will not fail you!
Good luck. Very enthusiastic, these young.
Yeah. Very dedicated though. You know, I just don't understand it. We settle the strike, we improve our cash flow, and still we seem to be having problems.
You know, if only that damn fool Jenkins hadn't overreacted and started firing into the crowded canteen, there's never been this government inquiry. Don't you know? Well, yeah, ever since this fellow Rambo's been here, the management is getting trifling excitable.
I suppose so. But further management has done wonders for our productivity. But listen, I've been thinking. What we need in this organisation are some new ideas, some fresh insights, a kind of overarching statement of corporate policy, a kind of new direction,
But yes, but
a kind of added direction.
as it happens, I was at the club last night and I bumped into Simpson.
What do you think about like Simpson these days? You two having an affair?
I'm sorry.
I
Well, you must know.
Yes?
He was talking about a new consultant. Japanese this time. You know how clever these fellows are in business. Anyway, suggested that we could use them. I took the liberty of calling him up. She'll be here any moment. Samurai management consultant. Mr. Samurai. Hey! Hi. Tell me, have you had a chance to look at our books? Yes. We do need a new growth plan. Tell me, where exactly do you see room for improvement? He's right. Inventories could come down a bit. You hadn't thought of that. Longer production runs, resulting in massive economies of scale. Market penetration. Moving to export rate, we could become the largest firm in the world. It's a brilliant stroke. You take Europe and the Far East, and I could have North and South America.
Now wait. My calculations show that if we go through with such a major expansion, we could go bankrupt in just 6 months.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Are you absolutely positive?
Yes. I don't know. I'm holding this upside down. That's an excellent proposal. But tell me, where could we make a really large cut in overheads? Yes, a really large cut. Cut.
This is it, the pageant that started it all. And tonight, one of our lucky finalists will be crowned the new Miss NBA of 1985, and as a result win a high-paying job. And so without further ado, let's meet tonight's lucky finalist.
Hi, I'm Miss Habit. It's absolutely fabulous being here. Hello, darlings. I'm Miss Columbia, and it's great to be seen here. Like, hi, I'm Miss Stanford.
Hi girls, I'm Miss Wharton.
Welcome everybody! Tonight is the culmination of 2 years of hard work for these lucky finalists. And speaking of lucky finalists, we're very privileged to have with us tonight a past Miss NBA winner, Miss NBA 1979. Let's hear it for Miss Lacey Underpants!
I'd like to tell you all how special my experience has been. For winning the Miss NBA pageant of 1979, I got to travel all around the country for interviews. But my neatest prize was a job in management consulting. I worked so hard I was flat on my back all the time. And was named partner of my firm after only 9 months. I owe my success to my natural endowments and to the Miss NBA pageant.
Thank you, Lacey. That is good seeing her again. Let me just tell you a couple of things. First of all, these people have competed against hundreds of bright, young, aggressive MBAs in the 15 schools comprising the nation's top 10. Now let me tell you something else. That tonight they're going to be judged here on talent, aggressiveness, and of course, partner potential. And before we begin tonight's pageant, let me tell you and introduce our judges. In the front row, Mr. Arthur Anderson, Mr. Morgan Stanley, and of course, Professor Bruce Bassett. now and watch the famous business suit competition. Miss Harvard took the GMAT exam 3 times. Her vital stats, 790, 780, 800.
I'd like to work at the investment bank with Daddy's CEO. I buy all my clothes at B Square. Oh, hi, Mommy and Daddy, and you've been absolutely fabulous. Mwah.
Miss Stanford, believe it or not, actually enjoyed her required microeconomics course.
I'm like double majoring in computers and surfing. I'm gonna get a totally bitchin' job where the tide's the limit.
As an undergraduate, Miss Columbia majored in fashion merchandising.
I previously worked for Bloomingdale's, where I was the best dressed buyer. I own 2 Cartier, 3 Piaget, and 5 Rolex.
Miss Norton.
Finance is my thing. I'm just one of the boys.
Very nice, ladies. Beautiful. Now, let's move on to the next phase of our pageant, where we test these individual talents. Ladies, please, go to your side, please. Ladies, I'm about to request of you an elaborate statistical computation. The first contestant to arrive at the correct answer wins. Ladies, please start your calculators. Are we ready? Get set. Go. Ladies, what is the variance of a Poisson distribution of two random numbers if the mean, median, mode, n, chi-square, and multivariate regression are all rational numbers?
Yeah. Fucking now.
I got it, 21.765324. I programmed into my computer the first term.
Oh,
Like
Miss
attention, recruiters.
Miss Stanford, you win this part of the pageant. That was just marvelous. And now, let's see what makes these women really tick and move ahead with the famous question and answer period. First, Miss Harvard. Who do you admire most in the world?
Oh, Daddy'll always be BMOC to me.
And Miss Harvard. Miss Harvard, may I ask, what are your most cherished possessions?
My trust fund, my LL Bean sweater collection, and my diaphragm.
Good answers, Miss Harvard. Very good. Miss Columbia. What are your greatest achievements in life?
Well, I got my first Bloomingdale's card when I was 12, and look how my collection's grown.
I'm very impressed, Miss Columbia. And may I ask, do you have any hobbies?
Why, yes, I enjoy eating sushi and decorating my loft in Tribeca. I'm also into the East Village Madonna and myself.
Okay, now, Miss Wharton. Miss Wharton, would you mind working 250 hours of overtime per week?
I'd have to consider myself a lazy bitch if I worked that little.
May I ask, Miss Wharton, God knows I don't want to, what are some of your hobbies?
Well, I like to, drink some beer, and I like to also watch Monday Night Football, and I like to pee standing up.
Thank you very much, Miss Wharton, and may I comment on this? Love your hair.
Yours too.
Miss Stanford. Miss Stanford, what do you foresee as the future of the high-tech industry?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like growth.
A good answer! Very good, very good, very good. Very impressive. And what is your major ambition in life?
Oh, I think work is grody. I just want to get married.
Also a very good answer, Miss Stanford. I think the judges are about ready to make their final decision. Yes, they are. Judges, do we have an answer?
Legs. Here's our envelope.
Thanks very much. And the winner, drum roll, please. The new Miss 1985 NBA is Columbia! Miss Columbia, and the new winner for 1985.
Hold it a minute.
Now what, Judge?
I have to disqualify Miss Columbia.
And what for?
Her pictures appeared in the centerfold of Business Week magazine.
Gag me with a spoon!
I have explicit photos that show Miss Columbia networking with alumni, disclosing her portfolio, and showing off her assets.
Oh my God! This is a catastrophe! Well, but then again, let's keep in mind the motto of the placement office here at Columbia. You have to sell yourself, and Miss Columbia certainly has, because she is living in a material world.
Hey, you!
Who, me?
What are you doing in the upper west side alone?
Well, I came here to go to business school.
You're going to business school? In Harlem?
Well, I guess, yeah.
Well, so do we. Well, you're not going to try to survive up here alone in this jungle, are you?
Well, I guess, yeah.
Ha! You'll never make it. You gotta join a gang and pick a concentration for protection. Otherwise, you'll never get out of here alive.
Well, what are you guys?
We're the Dets.
Finance major.
The greatest!
Well, why would I want to major in finance? It sounds so dull.
When you're in school, you're in debt all the time. From your first student loan to your last bloody dime. When you're in school, you got problems galore. You got bills to be paid, so you borrow some more. You're never in the back. You're never really solving. You gotta pay back. So get into finance. When you're in debt, your career is no sweat. You'll be right at the top as the top execs get. Won't you just join the gang?
Wow, that sounds great. The concentration, I mean, not the song. How do I join?
You're in. Just promise not to have anything to do with warm, fuzzy sort of subjects like management of organization or, God forbid, marketing. And here's an HP to help you get through school. And here's this to help you get to school.
Hey, just remember, tonight's alumni night. You gotta be there, 6:30 sharp. Oh yeah, cash bar for free beer.
Hey, wait a minute. Is it safe to be up here after dark, alone?
No, are you kidding? Alumni would never come back here. It's down Midtown.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Come on along.
Hi, girls. I mean women. Maria, what are you wearing? What's wrong with this?
Maria, it's alumni night tonight. All of us marketing majors are going, the stars. You have to wear a suit.
Well, why?
Ay, Maria, you have to start thinking of yourself as a product. Redesign the packaging. Find your niche and sell yourself. Hey, Maria, wear this. It'll be perfect for you. It's just your color.
Okay. She doesn't appreciate all that Columbia has to offer. If she wants to be a star, she had better start acting like one. So what's so great about Columbia?
Columbia Business, by institution, wondering about the prostitution. Always the library shaking.
on the right, and the finance majors on the left, and the alumni in the middle. Everybody ready? Music, please.
Are you a first-termer?
Yes.
Me too.
But I shouldn't be speaking to you. I'm a star and you're a debt. I can't be seen with you.
But I must see you again. Tell me when we can meet.
Well, all right. Meet me after my accounting class at 4 o'clock tomorrow. I'll meet you in the library balcony.
I'm meeting her after accounting. I wonder how long until I can get that girl in bed.
I'm meeting him after accounting. You know a girl my age should be thinking about getting wet.
Maria, you know that your eyes drive me batty.
You know, Tony, you make a good daddy.
Accounting, I'm so glad it's after accounting. The longest class I've ever. And I have an AFA meeting.
I'll see you at OR tomorrow.
Okay, Maria.
Yeah, I hope we get a good grade on that presentation.
Oh, God, I know what you mean. My grade point average could really use a boost.
Yeah.
You guys think you got problems. My father went to Harvard, my mother went to Yale. I only got into Columbia, and I'm about to fail. I hope beating statistics, the prof think I'm a fraud. Golly gee, I'll never get a job. Professor Miller, it's really a mess. There's just too many people that I gotta impress. I'm really quite clever, my brain is just numb. Really underneath, I'm not so dumb.
He's not dumb, he's not dumb, he's not really dumb. Underneath it all, he's not so dumb. My brother is a partner, my sister CEO. I'm starting to feel pressure, my grades are much too low. I'm on the burden shit list, I'm bottom of my class. Golly gee, I'd be happy just to pass T. Professor Miller, please give me a break. It's not just this lousy class, my whole career is at stake. Professor Miller, I'm down on my knees. Please, Professor Miller, pass me.
Excuse me, have you seen Maria?
Ay, niño, I don't talk to dead.
You didn't hear? She dropped out.
What?
She forgot to wear a suit to her conference presentation and she dropped out. She was
so
embarrassed.
Oh no! It can't be! Maria! No! I've got to find her. I know, she must be at the West End. Maria! Maria! It can't be. They told me you dropped out.
Oh, of course I didn't. I just skipped class.
Oh, no. I heard you dropped out, so I went and dropped out. What are we going to do?
Oh, I'll drop out too. I can't stay without you. But we're ruined. No job in finance for you, no job in marketing for me. Those dreams we had in policy of bringing the two together in the big picture are over.
Don't worry, Maria. Don't worry. We can reapply. They'll be understanding.
Joyce Cornell, understanding?
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Well, that's all right. This time we'll go to a good school. We'll go to a school where they write their own cases rather than stealing everybody else's. We'll go to a place where the students can use the elevators and a place where there are plenty of paper towels in the bathroom.
Yes, one where they don't have to encourage each new student to buy his own computer and lots of life insurance. Yes, is there such a place?
There's a space for us, a place that's safe for us. Take my gun, we won't need it there. It's safe for us somewhere.
There are authors for us. They'll find a job for us. Use your own format on your resume. Who reads objectives anyway?
Some job, some school, one with trees, grass, and green meadows. Not in the center of ghetto. Somewhere. No lines for us. Lots of computer time for us.
The building won't look like a public school. And it won't get herpes from the swimming pool.
Some job, some school. Stand
My name is Clouseau. My job? To find the murderer of one Nancy Cole. The number of suspects has been narrowed to 4. The first suspect is... Bill. Bill, the placement librarian. On numerous occasions, Nancy was permitted to take materials on various firms out of the placement library without submitting her proper Columbia Business School identification card. Rumored to be with her 6 feet under, the complete dossiers on the Quaker Oats and Procter & Gamble Corporation. This librarian was overheard saying in his room, "No business school student is going to take advantage of me unless he pays for it." Suspect number 2. Anna Cabrera, U.S. deli cashier. On a consistent basis, Nancy paid for her poppy seed bagel with cream cheese wrapped delicately with saran wrap with $20 bills. Anna was overheard saying on numerous occasions, "A $20 bill? You have nothing smaller? I'll kill you." Suspect number 3. Ruth Bernstein, first-year placement assistant. Ruth was aware of the favorable treatment Nancy was receiving from Bill, the placement librarian. Feeling threatened and insanely jealous, Paula was overheard in the interview room saying, "This relationship must be terminated." Suspect number 4. We only have a police rendition of suspect number 4. Mr. Kim, the Asian lounge lizard. This suspicious Chinese loiterer was seen in the cafeteria on numerous occasions, sucking on his coffee, eating a Danish, and smoking a pipe. Just prior to her mysterious death, Nancy was seen spraying Glade in his face. He was overheard saying, "Jing Tao, Ing Tao, Bang Bang!" If you have any more information leading to the mysterious death of Nancy Cole, please dial 555 call. Thank you.
Development of interest rate swaps and LBOs. Many foreigners have turned to Columbia Business School with the hopes of increasing their future cash flows. They came by plane across the Atlantic to JFK, then by bus to the Port Authority, and finally to the #1 train to 116th and Broadway. There, the fortunate ones, through money, contacts, or marriage, obtain the green cards they need to stay in the United States. But others wait at Columbia Business School, and they interview, and interview, and interview.
Oh, agree, sir. I don't know what I am going to do. If I don't get an offer in 2 weeks, I won't get the green card and I'll have to go back home.
But didn't you just have an interview with Solomon Brothers? How did that one go?
Well, it was going okay until he asked me about my computer skills.
Uh-oh.
He asked me if I knew Lotus 1, 2, 3. I told him I knew 1 and 2, but that I was still working on 3.
Then what happened?
Not much. He left after that.
Well, I think we have one more chance. I heard that Second Casablanca is speaking tonight at Faculty House. I'll come with you. Maybe I'll know the speaker.
And as you can see, we have an instrument which sells for 43 basis points over Treasury. It's completely tax deductible, reduces cost of capital by 50%, earns us an 11-point spread, and it's only slightly illegal. Now, are there any questions? Yes, you in the front.
It's a very interesting instrument indeed. And I know you're getting into merchant banking and terribly undercapitalizing all your clients, but how do you record it on the company's balance sheet?
That's a very good question. The answer is in chapter 12 of Shilling Law. The point's over there.
Hello, Risk. I'd like you to meet a friend of mine, Victor Lightfoot. He's graduating this term from Columbia.
Nice to meet you. One reads quite a bit about risk-taker and heard on the street.
Yeah, I guess one reads quite a bit about Victor Lightfoot on the bathroom walls of US Hall.
Excuse me, that's LIFO.
You mean as in last in foreign opportunities?
Oh, Risk. Victor wants to work in corporate finance, and when someone told him the head of recruiting... Here,
take those business cards.
Anyway, when someone told him the recruiting role for Second Casablanca was speaking, I decided to come with him.
And try and get a risk-free offer?
Oh no! If I had known you were the speaker, I never would have come here. Dear Risk, You only knew how I tried to keep out of your life. Oh.
I see. It's back to please Risk and dear Risk. Funny, Arissa. I can still remember us working on that case. And then working on that GM's debt. But then I had assumed you wanted to retire a long-term bond.
Oh, Risk, don't be so adverse.
Cruel! You're hardly the one to talk about cruel. Remember the War Stories panel? The panel wore gray. You wore blue. And afterwards, we had agreed to find a job search together. And we were going to go to Columbus to revise our resumes. And then me, waiting on the #1 platform. Waiting for a woman. A woman that this student saw as a long-term asset in his life. A woman that, like the #1 train, never arrived.
Please, Risk, you simply must help Victor. If he doesn't get a job in 2 weeks, why, he won't get his green card, and I'll have to marry him. I have a career to think about.
I agree. Please, Mr. Taker, I'm an intelligent individual who is self-motivated, yet able to work well in a team environment.
Look, Pipo, as it is, I take a position for nobody. And while you may have been stupid enough to have showed up with my ex-girlfriend, I'm not going to be stupid enough to give you a job.
Ex-girlfriend? What do you mean by that?
I suggest you ask Arissa. And no, I will not take your resume. And no, you may not have my business card.
What? I thought I was the only one you dated at the business school.
Of all the faculty house presentations, of all the companies of all the world, you had to walk into mine.
Oh, Sammy, I can't stand this anymore. Play some of the old songs. Play it like you did at orientation.
Don't stop, Sammy. You play it for her. You can play it for me. Play it again, Sammy. He's looking at you, kid. I see. An expected return.
Don't get your hopes higher, Risk. There's no correlation between your value and my return.
So I suppose you're here to return my 5-year supply of Donaldson's tests? Forget it! Here's the damn test!
Be relevant, Risk. I'm here because Victor needs a job, and I'm prepared to do anything to make you give him one.
Anything? Really mean that? Oh, aggressive for most interviews, but perfect for golf.
Don't be funny, Risk. I know you can get Victor a job.
Why is all the pressure on me? I mean, surely you have lots of other ex-boyfriends from business school you can bully.
No, you were the first and the only guy I dated at the business school. Besides, you were the one that was always hanging out in Ferris' booth to meet those Barnard girls.
Hey, don't change the subject. We're talking about you now. You and FIFO. And tell me, was he the reason I was left standing on the #1 platform?
Oh, Risk, let me explain what happened that night. I left a message in your folder that...
You're so desperate, you'd say anything now.
Please listen. I met Victor the summer before second year on the French Riviera.
Oh, and I assume that was more romantic than our candlelight dinners over microwave popcorn in US Deli?
Please listen, Risk. Victor promised to come to Columbia, but he was waitlisted. I thought I'd never see him again. Then 3 months later, he was accepted. In the meantime, I had met you.
So, I was just a 90-day instrument.
That doesn't mean you were discounted.
Fine. I've got him his job. I've got him his green card.
You know, sometimes, Risk, you really pay off.
Well, Mr. Taker, I don't know how I'll ever be able to thank you for getting me a job with Second Casablanca in Cincinnati.
Well, Victor, I'm sure that 10% of the annual bonus will do fine for starters.
You are kidding, right?
Tell me, Marissa, what are you going to do in Ohio anyhow?
Well, I think I'll try and work for P&G. After all, there's nothing else to do in Cincinnati, and it's time I started my career.
Mr. Taker, if you don't mind my asking, why do you stay in New York?
I came for the fresh air.
There's no fresh air in New York.
I was misinformed.
I didn't realize we were stopping at the zoo before going to the airport.
But darling, this is the airport. You've just never been to the People Express terminal in Newark before.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Here are some updated airplane reports. The flight from Chicago, scheduled to arrive at Gate 21 at 8 p.m., will now arrive at Gate 17 tomorrow at noon. And the flight leaving in 10 minutes for Burlington, which was supposed to depart from Gate 13, now is departing from LaGuardia.
LaGuardia? Oh, shit, man!
Here, let me escort you up.
It's raining, though. That would be unnecessary risk.
Are you kidding? I don't mind being outstanding wet.
Au revoir, Mr. Taker.
Au revoir, Victor. No, you must go. If you don't, you will regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday, soon and for the rest of your life. And remember, we'll always have those days in marketing.
Business law.
And policy.
And confounds.
Well, not confounds.
I woke up this morning. I was ready to do finance. Couldn't find my HP companion. Couldn't make those numbers dance. I got that stolen 12C. Stolen 12C. I just left it. Left it for a minute or two. I left it in the hamper. Took my eyes from the keys. But now it is the theft room. It brought me to my knees. I got them stolen 12C. Stolen 12C blues. I just left it. I just left it for a minute or two. She can calculate statistics. See devices, 8100, until your dying day. I got them. I told you that, baby. I told you that.
The trouble, 'cause I got no job, yeah, nobody will hire me, no callback, no offer, no way, would you please help me, give me some cards, index cards, there must be something who would take a chance with me, I ain't so bad. Just a little job, paying job, B-School Jeopardy! The only game that combines speed and true intelligence, where we give you the answer and you give us the question. And now, the host of our show, America's favorite game show host, Bart Lemming!
Thank you, John. Welcome everybody to B-School Jeopardy! Before we introduce tonight's category, let's meet our contestants. Our first contestant came to B-School for quite a unique reason, to get to Wall Street. Welcome, Harrison Stanford IV! Our next contestant, though lacking in any noticeable personality, must receive recognition for being the first business student ever to place out a policy. Welcome, Wally! And our final contestant came to the business school from Saudi Arabia to learn how to manage Dad's billion-dollar portfolio. Welcome, Sheikh Ali Haji. Our B-School
Jeopardy hostess for this evening is Miss Bambi White. Tonight's categories are numbers, administrators, faculty, and employees, Goldman Sachs, and cheap potshots. We'll let our token foreign student, Sheikh Ali Haji, pick tonight's winner.
Thank you very much. I like numbers for $100.
And the answer is 788. Wally.
Though it should have been 789, Fart, what are the number of first-year students in Harvard's MBA class?
I'm sorry, Wally, that's incorrect, and I'm sure your parents were equally disappointed. Harrison.
What is the number of assholes in Harvard's first year class?
Correct, Harrison. Somehow I knew you would know the answer to that one. You're in control of the board now. Continue.
Okay, super. I'll take Goldman Sachs for 100.
The answer is the characteristic of business school women considered most desirable in order to get a job in Goldman Sachs. Wally.
What is Dean's List for 4 semesters, Fart?
I'm sorry, Wally, that's incorrect. Harrison.
What is cleavage?
Excellent, Harrison.
I need to ask. I'll take Goldman Sachs for 200.
And the answer is no. Harrison. I'm sorry, Sheik.
Can women make partner at Goldman Sachs?
Correct, Sheik. You're now in control of the board.
I'd like numbers for $200.
The answer is 0. Sheik.
This is easy for me. What is the number of American PhD students at Columbia? Let's skip to numbers for $400.
Numbers for 400. The answer is $37,100. Harrison.
What is the average starting salary for 1984 Columbia MBA?
That's a good answer, Harrison, but you probably forgot about those non-profit graduates. Wally.
What is Dean Burton's weekly food allowance?
Wally.
Oh, okay. Gee, well, can I take another category, Paul?
Sure, go ahead, Wally.
Good. I'm going to try administrators, faculty, and employees for $100.
And the answer is Catherine Harrigan. She.
Who has the best buns on campus?
And she certainly does. Correct, she. Continue.
I'd like administrators, etc., for $200.
The answer is the key to success in managerial behavior. Wally.
What is a normative understanding of the Nadler-Cushman model of psychosocial relationships within the firm, Ford?
That's pretty impressive, Wally, but however incorrect. Harrison.
That class is a real snoozer. What is a pillow?
Excellent, Harrison.
I'll take cheap pot shots for 100.
The answer is Harvard, Stanford, and Columbia.
What are the 3 top business schools in the United States, Ford?
We all know that's not true. Sheikh Ali Haji.
What are the 2 top business schools in a country in South America? For $500.
Okay, $500 question. The answer is the biggest brown nose comment made during fall '85. Okay, well, you have a question?
Oh, geez, what is? I think I'm speaking on behalf of my fellow students when I tell the administration how willing we are to accept the challenge of Columbia Business.
Somebody really said that? Wally, your control, continue.
Okay, Fort, I'll take employees, administrators, and faculty members for $300.
The answer is place where one can find a $150 screw. Wally.
What is the pentagons, fart.
That's pretty funny, Wally. That incorrect. I'm sorry.
Sheep.
What's this, Buddy Second Street?
That's also incorrect.
Harrison.
What is a student activity speak?
I'll take numbers for 500.
Okay, our $500 answer is 69. Well, time's up. I didn't expect anyone at Columbia to know the answer to that one. And that concludes our round of Jeopardy for this evening. Our final Jeopardy category is visuals. Gentlemen, place your bets, please. Final Jeopardy category again is visuals. And our final Jeopardy answer is identify this university administrator. You have 10 seconds, and your question, please?
Who is Dean Martin?
Of course! Congratulations, Wally. Harrison, your bet, please.
Well, since I never hedge, I bet 100%.
And your question?
Dean McNulty?
That's also correct! Chief Valley Hygiene, how much did you bet?
I also bet the old thing. It doesn't matter how much I lose.
And your question?
Who is Dean Evelyn?
Unbelievable, they're all right answers. Congratulations.
This business school, you know, you see these professors and they stand up there and you think they're so smart and everything. And then they turn around, you know, to write on the board. Then these guys, they got chalk all over their ass. I don't know, drawing these people, you know. And then, you know, it's so hot in those classrooms. And these guys, they get up there and they sweat. I mean, they sweat like pigs, you know. And it's like my father used to say to me when I was just a little girl, you know. He used to say to me, little Lisa Cataldo, let me tell you something. Never trust a guy with a PhD with chalk on his ass who sweats in public, you know what I mean? Jeez, I don't know. Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Right, girls.
You know, the other day I was walking upstairs to the
folders on the third floor?
Yeah, it was about 12:20 in the afternoon. I stuck my hand in there and everybody was coming by and, you know.
Everybody wanted to get their stuff too.
Yeah, so my hand was in there and it got all gnarly. Oh, I hate when that happens. Boy, it hurt.
Oh, well, you know, the other day I was up in the,
Door Computer Center doing a case?
Yeah. You know, they ran out of paper, so,
You thought you put your tongue in there and see how the
I got my face down there, and I pressed the little 4 and 3 button, and my tongue went in, down, and there I was.
With 5 years of cash flow projections?
Yeah, really smart.
Boy, that must have really... You know, the other day I was sitting in class and I had this thing, you know...
Something stuck up your nose?
Yeah, so I couldn't get my finger up there, so I stuck a,
Number 2 pencil.
Yeah, no, I got stuck again, so I used the back of,
Your HP 12C.
Yeah, but there's blood all over the place.
All right, everybody, take your seats. Okay, class, I think today we'll discuss the case I had you read. Anybody want to make a presentation? Yes, Tim?
Oh, God, not
Well, Professor, I think this is a problem with cash flow.
That's very good, Tim. Continue.
Well, I've done some additional work I'd like to present.
Okay.
And if you think about what you learned in conceptual foundations, you'd have a trash flow. Or if you'd been out all night on 42nd Street, you'd get a burning rash flow.
Or if you, that's very insightful, Tim. What why don't we hear from a foreign student? How about Miss Conehead?
That's Conehead.
Okay, Miss Conehead, go ahead, please.
The case requires that you hedge a portfolio of options, futures, and zero coupon bonds. Rebalancing occurred at 4.8 years. The duration was 2.5 years. The ROI was 42.8%.
How did you know all that?
I'm from France.
Yes, Jane.
How exactly are we defining ROI?
Jane, you ignorant slut. Who did you sleep with to get into this class anyway?
Professor?
Yes, Emily.
What's all this I hear about the herpes symbol? I don't understand. Why would any business school have a contagious disease as their symbol? I don't feel it's truly representative. I'll bet only 12, 13 people in the whole school even have herpes.
Emily.
Yes?
It's Hermes, not Herpes. He was the ancient god of, greed or money or something like that.
Oh, never mind. Bitch.
Okay, I think we better change the subject here. Remember, class, the problem set's to do in my office Thursday by 5 o'clock.
Thursday? We can't do the problem set Thursday. We have a problem set due in Micron on
Thursday is midterm, and we have a wine society meeting.
I hate when they do that.
Wednesday night.
Fernando, I'm sick and tired of you walking into my class consistently late.
I know, Professor, but I, Fernando, had to go to Brooks Brothers to get the perfect tie for my interview with those beautiful, beautiful people from Salomon Brothers.
Fernando, don't you already have enough ties?
Professor, you must understand, when you look marvelous, you feel marvelous, and I look marvelous. You know, Professor, I've been looking at you and some of the other professors around the school, and you don't look so marvelous. I was just wondering, how much do you guys get paid anyhow?
That's really none of your business, Fernando.
I mean, Professor, really, you know, you could use a few shirts, a few nice ties, maybe a hairpiece.
Lots and more I refuse to submit to it.
What did I tell you guys? Got sun all over his ass!
Orientation. So long.
Don't worry, there are only 17 more speakers.
Oh my God. We only have 10 more minutes to bring our checks to the financial aid office before we're in arrears and have to pay late fees and finance charges.
Consider yourselves in debt. Consider the soul of one of your creditors. You're in it so deep, you know. Whatever money you make you owe, if there's a chance to be that you can see some bonus pay, an extra couple of K in hand. Before you plan to take that long way to get away, remember you owe us 40 grand. Consider this MBA. We know it might be a shock, but with tuition here at B school we can surely say, consider yourselves in hock.
Yeah, come on. We're getting ready to dedicate it.
This is the opening day of the new wing of the business school. And I'm asking to you, what kind of school is this? What kind of school will spend $8 million in 2 years on this? This money could have gone for new copy machines, bigger lockers, file folders you can move. And the special Spanish-speaking student scholarship fund. Still, the students at the dedication
only can call out the name of their leader. Their leader. She was born a poor, a small, a simple peasant girl in the backward and primitive province of New Jersey. She has clawed and gnawed her way to the top, destroying our minds and sneaking into the hearts of the students. All they have done all day is call out the name of their leader. Their leader's name. At birth, she was given the name Rochelle. But they only can call her by the name they love her by. Rosita! Rosita, Rosita, Rosita.
You may think it's easy, or you may think it's strange, that a poor little peasant girl like me could run a major, well, almost major business school single-handedly. But I have done this with organization and computer forms that you have all seen. And that's not the only job I do. I'm responsible for keeping the place clean. Don't cry all over me, Sandy Burton. You thought this was your building, your big erection. I told you, it may sound callous. This is the new wing of my palace. Don't cry over money, Sandy Burton. Okay, so it was expensive, but the place is so macho and done in good taste. Check out the big balls at the bottom of the staircase. You kids, don't make yourselves too at home here. The truth is, this is not for students. It's all faculty offices. Room for only 2 classes. Okay, you've seen it. Now move your asses. Have we spent too much? I look around and I don't quite see $8 million here. So Sandy, pass that again. Looks like we're gonna have to build another new wing next year.
Cafeteria, networking with other second-year students.
Mr. Sluggo, what courses should I take?
Don't worry about that now, Mr. Bill. Sluggo wants to take you to the GBA party.
Oh, boy, that sounds like fun!
Mr. Bill, why don't you have a beer with some of Sluggo's friends?
But Sluggo finished the last beer.
Don't worry, Mr. Bill. Here comes some reinforcements. Your pal Sluggo will teach you how to shotgun a beer.
How do I do that?
Just open your mouth. Bill, you look so fine.
I don't feel so good after last night's party, but that can't keep me from my computer course. The computer room looks really crowded, but this
help you boot on. Mr. Bill, I think Sluggo needs this terminal, and he's a third termer. But I just booted on. No, Mr. Bill, you just booted on. Since all the terminals are occupied, I guess I'll go check that out. Before you go to presentations, let's check your folder and see what's scheduled this week.
Procter & Gamble, Monday at 5:30. Time, Monday at 5:30. McKinsey, Monday at 5:30. What's that note down there?
Watch out, Mr. Bill. Classes are changing and everyone wants to check their folder.
Oh, no! What's this? Tuna? Corned beef?
Here, Mr. Bill. This sandwich.
But wait a minute, where's Spot? He was here a minute ago.
Don't worry about that now. Just pay the cashier with a large Mr. Bill, you're getting bags under your eyes.
Business school sure is tough. And I'm worried about my accounting class. Does second year get any easier?
It sure does, Mr. Bill. You only have to take 8100. Look over Sluggo's book while he waits and waits to make a phone call.
But it looks so big! Oh no!
You're too stressed out. Why don't you go to the CDR with Sluggo? Sluggo knows everybody here. And we can play pool.
Oh boy, I love pool.
Just put up your quarter. Your turn is next. Bill, Mr. Bill, could you help out? We're missing a ball.
How can I help?
Just sit here, curl up, and close your eyes.
Oh no!
Mr. Bill, put on your suit. It's time for your summer job interview. Oh no, Mr. Bill, the schedule says you're late for your interview with First Boston.
Oh no, someone's trying to get in ahead of me.
Quick, Mr. Bill, just get your foot in the door.
Oh no!
Well, Mr. Bill, you've just completed your first semester at Columbia, and you can go home now for the holidays and recuperate. Mr. Bill? Mr. Bill?
My name is Chief Inspector Clouseau. It appeared to me when investigating the mysterious murder of one Nancy Cole that she possibly committed suicide. I searched her room for a computer printout and I found one. She wrote it perfectly in Perfect Writer, verbatim. The note read,
My reasons for killing myself are many. See Exhibit 1. The rejection letters. The wobbly tables in the cafeteria. The lack of push-button phones. Gridlock in the cafeteria. I got sick of being used by every person in business school. I leave my HP 12C to Nancy Price, who busted my ass in 8100.
Nancy Cole was found with a gun at her side and 3 bullets. One from Solomon, the other 2 from Goldman and Merrill. Case closed. Thank you.
regress, regress, regress. Oh! You see the board drop, the handouts dancing in between the aisles. You take them with you and add them to your ever-growing pile. The midterm soon, and here you are still without a clue.